Hello YouTubers, today we're going to be doing the water pump on this 2008 BMW 535i. It's been nothing but trouble since she's bought it. She's had it probably 10 years or a little over, and it ran good. I remember when she bought it used, like maybe 3 years old, and it ran good for about not even the year. And the first thing that went out on it was the water pump, because I remember I replaced it, and after that it just went downhill. Yeah, I've done a lot of videos on it. We've replaced or messed with the power steering, the alternator. I've changed out the fuel injectors twice. Just about everything, you name it. Starter. There's some solenoids in the back that were done. She started taking it to this shop here that works on European cars, and they did okay, but they charged like crazy, you know. I think the most she put in it was $4,000 at one time, because her oil coolant gasket went out, and she didn't change it, and it leaked oil, busted the belt. It sucked the belt up into the crank and the motor, and so they had to take the pan off and clean out all those belt shreds in there. And you know, she got tired of paying a lot of money to get it repaired there, and it'd run for a few months and it'd break down again. So she started bringing it to me, and same thing, I'd fix it and it'd run for a while and it'd mess up. But it's done. She's gonna just fix this water pump and get rid of it. It's burning oil. You know what I mean? You get on it and you see a big old white puff of smoke, and she's needing to put oil in it every week, once a week. It doesn't leak oil, it doesn't leave nothing on the floor, but it's just burning it. So it's adios for this car once I put this water pump on it. And this is another thing. Wait till y'all see. Let me show you what happened this time to this water pump. Here's the water pump. It's just a cheap water pump. She didn't want to spend more money on it. I don't know what she paid, maybe under 200 bucks for it. I told her it'd probably last you about a year, and she goes, that's cool, I'll get rid of it before then. And when I went down there and checked it, this wiring and connector was shot. The connector's all broken and burnt up, and the wires were all burnt. The plastic was burned off, and I'm surprised she didn't catch fire. I mean, it was sparking, you know. When I went down there and I moved the wires, it just shot sparks. And it's going on, I guess, 3 weeks since we ordered this. We had a hard time getting this. We couldn't find it nowhere. When we did, this company took forever to send it to us. So finally got it, and we're gonna get started on it. Okay, I'm gonna start by siphoning as much coolant from the radiator of the vehicle, so we don't have such a big mess. We got a gallon out of it, and like this car, this is the last time that pump gets used. I had to work with it, and it finally worked. That's not the proper coolant. This is what we're gonna be using. That's what she brought me. All right, so we got most of it out. See if you can see in there. See? So we won't have that bad of a mess. Okay, on these, the water pump comes out through the bottom, not like the 11 that I've done. That one, the pump comes up through the top. And these are the wires we're gonna be replacing. They're all burned up. So I'm gonna have to pull them up. You can't really see them, but I'm gonna have to pull him up and bring him out here and work on him out here, then run him back down there, snake him in through there, and hook him up to the pump. All right, let me take you down here. We got the car jacked up. We got jack stands under it, and I'm gonna put that jack up there too somewhere so it won't fall on me. And if it does, I'd rather have it trash the transmission than trash me out. There's a lot of oil here. Like I said, it had an oil leak. It got fixed. But the water pump should come out through here. That's the water pump right there. I don't have my gloves on. So you could probably get it out without removing the sway bar, but I'm going to go ahead and remove this sway bar. It gives me more room. I don't want to be fighting it. I've taken it out before like that, but I'm just going to take the sway bar off. Okay, we're under the car in the front. passenger side. And these are 13 millimeters for the suede bar. You got one down here and then one on top, and you'd have to probably use a deep socket. We're gonna take this little screw or nut, and it's just gonna let us move these hoses around a little more. I think last time I did this one, but I can't remember. Anyway, let's start loosening the sway bar now. Switch to the 13. Then you gotta get sneaky and crawl up on this one up here. Then we go to the other side. Same thing on the other side. Okay guys, yours won't look the same. This doesn't have the cover. So you'll have a cover down here and everything, so you'll have to remove that. But we don't have one on this one. I went in and I just used the smaller extension and was able to get in there. Yeah, see, the top one's a bolt and the bottom ones are nuts. All right, so one of these hoses, so we always do this because it stresses it out and it pops out by itself anyway whenever I've done it. This hose that goes, I guess, to the dynamic drive, just use a screwdriver or any tool you can wedge in there and pull this little plastic little thingamajig out, and this should pop out. There, see, don't break it because we're gonna hang this. And like I said, the top ones are bolts. You just yank on it and that bolt will fly out. Now see, that's gonna give you more room. Get the other side out. See, it drops down. Look at all that room you have now. That water pump's right there staring at you. So see, it'll help guys, but you don't have to take it out if you don't want to. Just play with it, fight it, and you'll get it out. Okay, y'all gonna wanna disconnect the battery. Y'all could have done that first, but y'all don't have to go in the order I'm going. I just wanted to mess with that. And this one's already been messed with, but originally you'll have to lift this up and then mess with this. Just stick your fingers anywhere you can get them in there. I found out it's easier if you grab it from down here, pop it open, and then it comes off completely. That sucker in there, and that's a 10 millimeter. I'm just gonna do the negative. Make sure you put it where it's not accidentally gonna pop there and give the car some juice. So got it wedged down there. Won't move from there. Oh wow guys, check this out. I knew I kept seeing something. I thought it was just oil. This pump's been replaced. Somebody just patched it up. I called her to let her know. I thought maybe somebody did it wrong, but she said no, she knew about it. She didn't have the money to get a pump, so some guy had to use one that was leaking. That's why I also seen water coming out, and he said he would get her by till she ordered the other one, so she knew about it. So wow. Oh well. All right, now I'm gonna take the connection off. I'm gonna push with this pin, pick or whatever on the clip, and then push it back with this screwdriver. See how it went back? Got it off. I dropped my flashlight. Okay, maybe y'all can see better now. See, the connection's off already. And it don't matter, y'all be careful, but it don't matter with me. I'm gonna tear it up. I'm just gonna be rough with everything because we're going with the new pump and that new connection. So y'all be careful with that connection on y'all's though. Okay, we're gonna loosen this hose that goes to the water pump. It's right here. It's a clamp, and I think it's a 6 millimeter. And that's gonna leak water once we get it off completely, so I don't want to have no electrical stuff down here. I got my electric lamp there. Now I'm gonna take a prying bar and push that hose off. And I like to do this while the pump's still bolted on, because sometimes if you loosen the pump, everything's gonna go back there. And this way the pump ain't gonna budge, but the hose will. Ooh-wee. I hate that mess. Check this out, guys. I'm being a goofus. I blew air in there. Gotta have fun. Let's see if I don't get poisoned for putting my lips on here. Okay, guys. Cover your ears or turn the volume down, because I'm gonna turn on that little leaf blower. Okay. Let's see if she starts. Alright guys, check this out. I don't like talking shit. Like I said, man, I don't put nobody down, but man, this guy really did a half-assed job. Check this out. It's only got one screw there and one up there. One where it holds the thermostat and the water pump. Wonder if he's got the top one even in there. Now see, it makes it hard for me. I gotta go find another screw. Well, I've got some extra ones, but see, the ones that came with, they're the hex. See, they're not those inverted star. So I guess I'll go with the hex. I'd rather put the stars, the inverted star. And that's an E12. And let me show you something. For about 25 bucks, Home Depot has these. They're inverted star, and you're gonna need them if you're working on a beamer. You're gonna need them. It's a 13-piece inverted star, and it's got like that's the only thing I kind of didn't like, but that's cool. It's got a 1/4 inch, then it's got the 3/8 and the 1/2 inch. But I guess that's what it has to be, because yeah, when you use these big boys, yeah, you need the big ratchet. But anyway, I think they're like 25 bucks. Probably a little over with taxes, but Home Depot has them if y'all need them. Here we go with the E12 first. I guess that guy said the heck with it. I just want to get this crap done. I don't blame him. I feel like that sometimes too, but you can't be doing that. Okay, let's go for that tin that's holding the thermostat to the pump. Yeah, they did some work here. Look at all them wires, but I knew those wires were a mess, but I didn't know the pump was all patched up and missing bolts. They had told me about the wires, so that's why I knew about them. But yeah. Okay, now look what I found, guys. Man, they really did hook her up, huh? Check this out. It was stuck on there after I took both bolts out, or that one bolt. That son of a gun is broken. Oh man, I don't know. I may just leave it there. And then it didn't even have the top one, because look, it's already loose. It should have been held by the top one. I'm just gonna put that one and the top one. I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna do a half-ass job too. I'm not gonna mess with that one. I'll try with some vice grips. I guess he already did, but if it don't come out, I'm not gonna waste my time on that one. Like I said, she's getting rid of it. She said just slap this pump on and I'm getting rid of it, so I'm not gonna kill myself. Okay, after you take off that hose we took off, there's another one back there, and here's the bolt we're gonna do. I think it's a 6mm, and that should free the pump out, and then we just, yeah, that should free it up. Let me get the 6mm. Like I said guys, it's very hard to feel this, but I need to get this sucker out. Well, you probably can't see a thing up there. Some light so y'all can see it come out. All you do is move these wires around, or hoses. Be careful though, because you don't want to tear. See, the pump's getting ready to come out, and boom, it's out. Let's look at the pump now. All right, check it out. It's got some kind of a glue or silicone. It's hard. All right, YouTubers, let the fun begin. This is what we got to replace. All this wiring. See, it was busted and they rigged it up, which, I mean, it held, but you know, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. The person needed the vehicle, so they got it going for her, but let's go ahead and do it right. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what's what here. I think this one's the ground because it's hooked up to the frame up there, and I know that one's probably hot, but I've got two small ones here that I'm gonna have to hook up the battery to see if it's hot, which one's hot and which one's not. All right, here it goes, man. I'm just gonna snip this one out here, which I know this is ground because it's connected somewhere to the frame up there. We're gonna have to rewire everything. Okay, and then I'm just gonna leave these like this and snake them up through up there, but I don't know if that's gonna come apart or not. Okay, I'm gonna push it up there real gently and try to get it up there. Okay guys, we're on the top. I just pulled all this wire up through here and it came up, and that's what we have, that mess right there. Here's what we're gonna be replacing it with. So let's find out what's going on here. There was another connection. I couldn't pull it out. I was trying to pull it out. This was the connection. Clean it up. It goes to your thermostat. So if you do this, remember, you got to take the thermostat clip off. I don't know, I just pulled it off and it came off. I can't see if it's, yeah, I guess it's got a little tab or something. But also it's weird. I think the hot or the ground wire, it's routed a different route. Let me kind of demonstrate with this hose right here. All of it comes out through one side, so you're going like, oh cool, but then you've got, you know, engineers, they do their stupid stuff. One of them's routed different like that, so all these will come out and then you're hooked like this. You can't get it out because this is hooked up to the thermostat, or vice versa. Maybe the ground was hooked up, but one was routed a different way where you couldn't get it out. So that's a good thing I could cut it, because we're gonna replace it. So I cut it and it all came out. So watch out for that, guys. Watch out for that stupid rerouting that they did, where one got to go a different way, where you can't get it till you disconnect it or cut it off. Forgot which one it was. And this other little plug that goes to the thermostat. Let's start on taping all this crap and see what's in here. Let me plug in the battery again real quick and see if we can get any fire on one of these. Okay, I've got the ignition on. We'll test this big fat red one, which I knew was going to be fire. And then I know the other fat one here is ground, because it's hooked up to the frame. Then I was thinking one of these would be fire, but yeah. Okay, so this little bitty one's a fire and this one's fire. It's okay. Let me get those out of the way. These two, this one and this one's fire. Let me disconnect it. I'm getting nervous. Okay, right now I'm just gonna tape everything and see what damage we have there. But I'm trying to keep everything intact. But I'll come back as soon as I take this off, because I'm taking it off real slowly so I can see exactly where the wires are at. Okay, I've got them together, facing the direction they're gonna be perfect, and they're color coded. I just wanted to make sure. I know you're gonna say, well, red is hot, you know, but I want to make sure, because I have messed with wires that are all messed up. But yeah, these two are hot and these two are ground. So now we got that right. So this one's gonna hook up to this one, and this will be on the ground. This one will be to this one, and that one will be to that one. I know I got you confused because there's a lot of wires. I'm already confused too, but just plain, this is just plain dry cut, simple, just color coded and follow the lines. And I tested them with the test light. I know you can get the diagrams, schematics, whatever, but I'm just doing it old school. It's gonna work. Look guys, this was done. Look at that. Look at that, it was all burned out. She's lucky she didn't catch fire. Look at that. Boy. Good thing we caught it on time, and all these wires just come out. Get the new one. That's the way it's supposed to look. Okay, I'm using these heat shrink butt connectors. They're real cool. I've been using them lately and they work real good. Kind of gotten carried away using them. And this is a 10 gauge, so it'll tell me right here. Let's try that. Okay, it looks like it grabbed. See, now I've got the two hot ones spliced. These two are the hot wires. Red for hot, and this one's also hot, but it's an orange color. You'll be able to tell what it's hot because you've got these red ones. Anyway, let me finish up. I'm gonna do all the other ones like that. All right, guys. I tried this already several times and it's not kicking in, but I think my battery was down, and I think when your battery's low, these pumps won't kick in. That's what I'm thinking, because it happened to another car I just did. So I had the battery charged, and I think now it's working. Let me put some water in here so it won't fire up, won't dry, and then we're gonna try it again. Let me get all my tools out of the way. All right, here we go. I'm gonna connect the battery. See, it's working. Let me turn it off. You don't want to run it too long. You don't want to burn that pump. But it's working out, so I'm happy. And like I said, it wasn't doing it earlier because my battery was down. So make sure you got a full battery or put it on a charger, because I think that will affect it. I just did a 2011 BMW and the thing did the same thing. It wouldn't start. I actually had to start the car to get the pump to work, but I only ran it a few seconds. You don't want to run it too long. And I'll show you how to do that. Okay, I'm gonna put some more water in the pump so we don't run it dry. Okay, I'm gonna show you another way I do it to start them. Sometimes, like I said, this is the second time this has happened to me. Every time I put a water pump, boom, it fires right up. But sometimes, the last one I did, I had to start the car, and I'll show you how to do it, but you don't want to run it too long. I'm gonna start this one up. I've had to do that before too. That's something I do. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable with starting the car, don't do it, but I haven't had no issues. I'll start it for a few seconds. Maybe that gives the battery enough juice to crank this up. All right, YouTubers, I just want to show y'all something else. I don't want to be going everywhere with this video, but if y'all need to get in here, I'm going to show you how to do this. When the pump didn't start, I started thinking maybe a fuse blew or something. So I went looking through all the fuses, and I don't know where the water pump fuse is. I couldn't find anywhere. Finally, I found some information saying it's back here. So the way you take this cover off is you got this little clip wire. Flip it that way and unhook these sensors. I mean, they just have little clips here. You just squeeze them and pop it out. This one always been popping out. Then you take this out, which is your air cabin filters, I think, and they hook up with these little clips. They go in the back of this. You line them up, stick them in there, and that's how it is. This one's broken on this side. You should have, I can get the camera to show that. But one's broken, so get that out of the way. Then you take a 13 millimeter, and you're gonna have these plastic like screws. I'll show them to you here. There's one right there, and you just do like half a turn, and you got one right here, and you can see right there how it moves. See? And you might have a clip here where this is hooked up. You might have a clip there. Take that out. And this is put on here real sloppy because I'm just going through it real quick. Don't want to take too much time on this one, but in case you need to do that. And then you'll have this on here, and the way you take that one off is I think you lift on this little tab a little bit and it slides off. It'll be in these grooves like that, and on this one slides off to this side. And then you can pick this up, remove it. You might not even have to take that side off, but this side you will, because that's where the fuses are at. And you'll have to just work it out of here. It's got a vent where that goes right in here. So work it out. Once you get it out, you're gonna take this cover out, and this cover is held on by 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these little screws. What is it? A hex number 5. That's what you're gonna take them out with that. Remove this cover, and then you have access to these. Like I said, I was just checking fuses, and there's 2 back there. I tested them, they have fire. Then this little box is kind of tricky to get out. Let me show you how you get it out. Okay, this box will be in there, right there like that. I know it's hard to see. And all you do is this tab, you push it towards you, and it'll unhook this whole little box. And this box, it's hard to get out. So I use one of these homemade, one of my homemade little tools, old screwdrivers, and I went in there and I grabbed the wiring and I pulled it up because there's a lot of wire. See, that helps. Just be real careful, you don't break nothing. Now I was able to pull this box up, and now I can unhook it. Little hooks getting caught in there now somewhere. Okay. Then I took a pick, just lift this tab up, and it pops out. And now I'll show you how to take this one off. It's a pain in the rear, that little booger. All right, now let me show you how you open this. The opposite end, here's where the clip was that you had to lift up to get it out of there, and here's the other end. Well, you're gonna slide it towards where the clip is at. Look how easy it opens, see? But it's not gonna open that easy for you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a pain in the rear, and I just didn't know how to open it. So let me get this pick. I took this pick and I wedged it in here. Nothing happened. And on the bottom you got 2 little holes towards the back here. See them? I stuck this in there, moved it. Nothing happened. I couldn't get it open. So then I looked at the front. I go, it has to slide that way. You know, that's the setup on it. So I figured maybe if I pop this open, you know, kind of lift it up, it'll unhook from wherever it's at. And I couldn't get this in there, and I tried for a good 20 minutes. Finally I got fed up, so I just turned it over. I stuck this in here, roughed it up. I said, if there's a clip in there, I'm just gonna break it, you know. And then I went up here to the front, did the same thing, roughed it up, nothing. Still couldn't open it. So then I braced myself and I grabbed it, and I said, maybe I'll tip this hook up like that, and it'll lift this up, and if there's a clip there, it'll unhook it. And I guess it did help, because I hooked it up like that, and at the same time, be careful because these are a little sharp. And I pushed it back, and it finally popped open like that. I go, great. And now it opens real easy. I mean, you're not going to have trouble. The first time, it is going to be hell. But once you open it, it's a piece of cake. Look, it opens real easy now. Gives it up real quick now. Doesn't even put up a fight. Make sure the fuses are pushed down, because they'll get caught on this little thing here. It won't let you close it. But look, it closes. That's tight enough. It ain't gonna open unless you force it. See, now I forced it open, and it opened. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that in case you need to get into these. And all these were good. So All right, I went ahead and did the same thing as I did earlier up there. I spliced these wires together, and now they're corresponding to red for hot and brown or black for ground. And I already hooked up the pump. I'm gonna go ahead and hook the pump first. I think that's the easiest way to go, because once you get it in there, you don't have enough room. Let's try that. I'm probably not gonna film everything because I need to get this car out, but I'll try to film as I get it up there. Okay, I'm gonna try to put the lines in. Okay, how are we gonna do this? That goes this way. Okay, and they'll usually go in by themselves, and like that one, it just went in. Okay, just want to show you that everything's hooked up as far as the hoses. See those clamps back there? I just already tightened it. And the back one over here, all I need to do is bolt it onto the block, which like I showed you, that bolt strip, so I'm not even gonna mess with it. And then up here, bolt it onto the thermostat, and we're done. We'll be able to fire it up, and then we'll put these sway bar back on. And I just wanted to show you that I have it up there. All right. I know I said I wasn't gonna film the rest, but there's some little things that I think might help you. Okay, when you go back to putting that pump back on, just put the bottom bolt to hold it. Don't tighten it completely, because you're gonna have to kind of wiggle the pump around. Then push the thermostat. This hose, look, I've got that prying bar wedged on there, and I'm pushing the pump up so I can get in there. And if you can see, I've got a swivel, and I'm putting that top bolt on the pump through the top. You can get that through the top. Came off right now, but that's how you get it. Don't tighten that bottom bolt, just put it on there to hold the pump up there, because you're gonna do a little wiggling, and try to push that thermostat housing and the hoses up so you can get to that bolt on the top with the swivel, or you can even just get it with a small sock extension in there. Okay, now I can let this down with the pressure off, take that crowbar, and I'm gonna tighten this bottom one up right here. Like I said, I'm not gonna mess with that one. That they stripped it, they broke it. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna put this one, and the top one, that's plenty to hold it right there. You know, she's getting rid of it. So okay, we have everything put together. I put some coolant in here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hook up the battery, and we're gonna do the BMW bleeding procedure just to see if the pump kicks in. Then I'll do something else, but let's do this. And the procedure again is, you turn on the ignition. You don't turn on the car, you just turn it on where all the accessories are on, and you hold the gas pedal for about 10 seconds. Okay, I'm holding the gas pedal down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did 10 seconds, and y'all see that? We're good. Hell yeah. We're all buttoned up down here. Everything's put back together. It's ready to go, but I'm gonna bleed it. But this is the way I bleed it, and you don't have to do it this way. Follow the BMW procedures. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire it up right now. Actually turn the engine on, and while I clean up all this mess, I'm gonna let it run while it's jacked up in the front like that. If you have ramps like that, use those ramps. And this is old school bleeding, you know. The way it's set up with the front elevated, it's gonna bring all the air pockets up, you know, and it's gonna bleed the system. And I've never had any issues like that. Like I said, if you don't feel comfortable like this, doing this, don't do it. And it's been about 5 minutes, a little over. I don't see no air pockets, or I don't see no bubbles coming up no more. So all the air pockets are gone. Put this cover back on, and guys, that beats 14 minutes, doesn't it? And wearing your battery down, the way BMW does it, it will drain your battery. It's done it to me, but this works great for me. Let me bring it down, and we'll test drive it. Finally got it done. I hope I don't see this car ever again, man. It's done. Again, thanks for watching, and like always, I really appreciate you guys. God bless and good luck.